Hello everyone, it's me, Julia Sudo from the SMB Level Workshop, here with Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, ported to the Nintendo GameCube by BrandonSMB, 237645, Bytes, LM280, BombSquad, Twix Ninja, NGUU 2055, and possibly some other people who I missed there. I assure you it was not intentional. Today we're going to be playing Ultimate, as I've been planning to do for a long time. Ultimate is the game mode where you have to go through beginner, advanced, expert, and master in order, including the extra stages and so on. It's basically playing the whole game back to back. It's pretty exciting. I'm really glad it exists in the GameCube port. It was done by replacing Master as its own difficulty, so you can only access the Master stages from Expert, which is, a necessary sacrifice. So we're going to be using warps in this video. If you want to see these stages without warps, just watch previous videos, because I didn't use warps in any multi-part difficulty video. The first part is the one where there were no warps used. Basically, every time in this playthrough that I have gone to a stage for the first time, I have not taken a warp on it, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's how you find those things. So here's Simple, which is a very simple stage. I maybe should be collecting bananas, but also I do have 99 lives, so it's probably not going to be a problem. We're going to try the skip on Hollow. It's a fun thing to do, I feel. So we're going to do it despite the risks involved. But it did go well, though I didn't get the banana bunch, so that's whatever. Still got into the goal, so happy to say that. Here's Bumpy, the stage where there's Braille. It's well known that the Braille message on this stage shouts out, it's not shouts out, it's supposedly written by someone named Jamad, which is supposedly the level designer for the game. It's like an abbreviated form of the level designer. It's like Junichi, I think, is the first name, and then Junichi Masuda. I think that may be a Pokemon person. I don't fucking know. I am sorry. I know it's named after the level designer for Super Monkey Ball 2, though. Anyways, that was what the Braille in that stage is about. So anyways, here's Floaters. Yeah, Floaters, y'all. Most exciting stage in Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. It's well known to be ranked high in popularity polls worldwide. Here's Bonus Basic. I'm just going to be collecting some bananas in this level, because that's what you do in bonus stages. It's a little known fact that if you collect all the bananas on a bonus stage in Super Monkey Ball 1 or Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, you get a perfect bonus and continue on to the next level immediately. It's not actually. That's actually very well known. It's a bit of a joke I was making there. Yeah, that's Edge. This is Escalators, stage that has an unnecessarily large amount of bananas. So yeah, I mean, it has been a very long time since I've played this, aside from my previous warp video and the warp recordings, which were done a few days before. So I may be saying things foul levels that I've already said before, so apologies if that's the case. I have not gone back and looked at my previous expert recording or anything, and I think I did look at one of the advanced recordings, but certainly not the I didn't look at the beginner one or any of the expert ones, so apologies if this gets stale. But I presume a lot of you also just haven't seen my previous videos recently, so hopefully that'll make up for it. Here's Swirl, the stage where you want to go fast, but not too fast. Or if you do go too fast, it's okay, but in that case you gotta take 5 and figure out what's up. But instead of doing that, I'm just gonna not go too fast and just kind of zoom back around here. It's really weird that you can kind of jump over this thing at all, because it looks like it'd be too high to get over, but you can for some reason. I assume it's just some kind of goofy physics nonsense that exists in the Super Monkey Ball 2 engine. But yeah, it is a bit odd, because I do not normally think of a monkey as being able to get over that without some kind of boost. Anyways, we got 100 lives now, so I super don't give a fuck about bananas, so we're going straight to the goal. of dormant pits. And same for composition, which also has a bunch of optional bananas, but we're not going to care about those. This is a weird stage. Like, I can't tell what what the vision for it was, you know? Like what is this one about? You know, it's like follow the blue line, but like there's no flow to it. It's weird. I don't know. Unlike a lot of deluxe stages, it's just like unnecessarily large. I don't know. This one's pretty cool, but it's also like I don't know if anybody's ever died on Dynamo. I don't even think it's possible to die like conventionally. Like you can only die by running out of time here. I'm not really trying to get the bananas here. It's just, you know, it's just a happy accident, as is sometimes said by people who believe in such things. Here's Lunchbox. Stage that doesn't really look very much like a Lunchbox to me. But I didn't name these levels. So maybe somebody did. Maybe somebody thought differently. And you know, that's okay of them. That's valid of them. It's okay to have different opinions. It's okay to have different thoughts, feelings, and desires of your own. You know? Everybody's different. That's what I like to say over here at the Julius Pseudo YouTube channel. Yeah, this is Gutter. But the stage is pretty hard for beginner, honestly. It's one of the harder stages of beginner. Catwalk's also really hard for beginner, but like at least it's like one of the last ones. I don't know. Here's Tub. Or Rising Inclines, as it was once called, and Bowl as it was called before that. Yep, not a lot to say about that one because I really don't care about the bananas right now. Here's Slopes. Y'all like slopes, right? Y'all like those slopes. Hell yeah. Tell me all about it. Here's Steps. It's like the opposite of slopes. It's like slopes. It's like the fucking reverse slopes. It's like if you took slopes and it was like, except I'm like the evil version of slopes, you know? That's sort of how it is. Here's Blocks. It's got product placement on it. That's fun, right? Everybody likes product placement. Nah, but over here at Julius Pseudo YouTube channel, we do not like product placement. Fuck that bullshit. But like also, I secretly enjoy that it was put back on the stage. Here's Jump Single. It's always fun to bounce off of that wall straight into the goal. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Here's Exam A. Oh, fuck. Well, that's our first death. Chalk that up on the death counter. You know, if I were actually like a pro streamer, like who was like serious about this shit, I would absolutely have a death counter that was ticked up every time I died. But I'm kind of not, so, you know, maybe I will be in the future. I'd kind of like that. It'd be interesting. But I certainly am not right now. It's regrettable, but I don't think it'd be fair to say that I'm any kind of professional streamer at the moment. Considering I don't monetize these videos, I mean, it's pretty much indisputable that I'm not. Here's Sliders. It's a fun one. It's kind of like Slopes, but it's a half pipe. It's a bit like that. I would say this is pretty much a counterpart to that from Super Monkey Ball 2. You know, I think it's an apt description. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Or you can just let me know on the server. That's cool too. Or you can not let me know at all because I don't really expect a response to these types of questions. Here's Spinning Top. It's got a spinning top on it. It's a little known fact that this stage has a spinning top on it, contrary to popular belief that this stage lacks a spinning top despite being called Spinning Top. That was what the game FAQs rumors back in the day were. Anyways, here's Curve Bridge. You know, we need a Super Monkey Ball iceberg on the server. We need one of those. Somebody needs to make one of those. Maybe it'll be me. I don't know. But you know, like the Mario 64 iceberg, we need one of those for Monkey Ball. I feel like there's got to be at least a little bit of this content, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Fucking love that type of shit, though. Okay, I've never made it to Curve Fridge in time for the first cycle, regrettably. You know, the shadow work, like, the shadows in this game are really cool, like, how those, like, how, like, the spinny ride above here, like, actually casts shadows on the stage. I never noticed that before. That's really cool. I assume it's something that's done automatically by the background or something. It's great, though. Oh yeah, I actually am missing a life right now, so let's collect the bananas on this stage. I'm not going for the goal immediately, because it's good to have bananas. They're important to get your potassium in. You know, get that potassium in your diet with bananas. I've actually heard that there are other foods that have a lot more potassium than bananas. And yet, food experts, and that's in scare quotes, by the way, love to claim that you need bananas for potassium. But yeah, I didn't do this so efficiently, so there's a small chance I won't actually get all the bananas. But nah, I think I will. Yeah, I'm all good. 5 seconds remaining. Alright, here's Jolt Channel, a stage that is the first maze in Deluxe. Has the not so great honor of being the first maze in Deluxe. What a maze it is, though. What an absolute professional of a maze this stage is. Hell yeah. Here's inertial. Can you do this? Nah. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for it to come back out, honestly. Uh-oh. Well, that's not fun. Okay. That was a very lame way of getting it, but alas, what will you do? Good grief and alas. Haha. Octagonal, everyone. Octagonal. This is sewer. This is a maze, but I kind of like this one because, like, you don't really have to play by its rules. You can just zoom up on top of here. Head over in this direction. Oh, I didn't do it right. Well, whatever. It's been a while. There we go. Whatever. I don't miss that banana. Arc bridges. This one's pretty hard for beginner, but I also feel like it's, you know, fair enough. It's weird to have this one before choice because it feels like an evolution of choice. But at the same time, I mean, there's so many order issues in Deluxe. It's like, where do you even start with this shit? I really should do my, like, reworked Deluxe stage order thing. That was a fun project, but I never finished it. Okay, we're going to try the fish trick once because we've got a ton of lives. Everybody loves the fish trick. You can't not do the fish trick. At least once. Nah, I spent too much time with the fish. I did not focus enough on speed. We're going to try that one more time. Everybody loves the fish trick. And I demand to show it off to my lovely audience here. Oh, this is something. Oh, okay. I didn't quite get it. It is fantastic that they gave collision to that beautiful fucking fish. Well, not to the fish itself, but to its cave. Okay, well that was just terrible. And I believe that is all. Those are all the lives I'm willing to spend on this stage, which is otherwise very easy. So we're just gonna do a bit of a different type of trick, which is called falling off here. Oh, wait, does that not work? I could have sworn that worked. I could have sworn I've done that before. Well, whatever. I'm upset that I wasted another life on this stage, which is also just, like, incredibly huge. That's, like, the thing about this one. That's, like, the gimmick of this stage. That it's just, like, fucking... Like, you never seen a stage this big before in your life. Like, nobody has. Nobody has. There's never been one. It's because there's never been one that nobody's ever seen one before. And also, like, what the hell is a veer field? That's the other question. Nobody's ever been able to answer that for me. Tell me what a veer field is in the comments, and you will win up to, and I do say up to, importantly, $100. Because it could be as low as 0 cents. It could be that low if you provide me with an answer as to what a veer field is. Because I do not actually have money to pay you all with, I'm sorry to inform you. Yeah, this is Teeter. It's a seesaw. I think it's the first level in Deluxe with a seesaw, which is, again, a bit weird. Like, it feels like it's... Like, I don't know what other seesaw levels there are in the Deluxe. Like, in like, Super Monkey Ball 2, though, you know? Like, there wasn't really one that was, like, the clear introduction to seesaws, besides, like, I guess the tutorial level, which isn't even normally playable. Like, the one that's shown in the intro. That one, I know that one has a seesaw on it, but it's also just, like, telling you how to play the game. So, I feel like it doesn't qualify quite. Yeah, well, I guess we're going to get this banana bunch, because we can. And we are down a few lives due to my foolishness on veer field. So here's Catwalk. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing the thing. But, like, only once. Like, I'm definitely going to die here, and once I do, we'll just do it the normal way. Ah, shit. It was going so well, y'all. You see, this is the kind of shit that makes me want to do it again. So, we're going to do it again. Actually, never mind. Having a bit of controller lag here. Not a fan of when that happens in my monkey ball experience. So, yeah, we're going to be taking it. It's a dolphin problem, I guess. I don't know. I've experienced this issue a few times where, like, suddenly the control inputs are really laggy. I don't think it's a problem with my controller, because it never happens when I'm using this on a Switch. Being a Switch Pro controller on my actual Switch, it does not do this at any point. I don't think it's like a low battery life thing or something akin to that. I do not believe that to be the case. Yeah, anyways, the last one balances you on it, so don't mistake for a moment that I actually had any skills on that stage. Or do. I don't mind if you do, honestly. But yeah, that's Catapult. It's the last stage of Beginner. But not the last stage of Ultimate, not even close. And yep, we're going on to the extra stages. Those ones. Get ready for Blur Bridge, a stage we're going to be playing 3 times in this run because they put it in every extra difficulty, even though they didn't have the bonuses repeat. I'm not sure why they had these repeat, but not the bonuses. It's a bit of a strange thing. I guess it's just because they designed new bonuses, but not enough new extras. I do have to wonder if there were any stages that were going to be used in Super Monkey Ball 3 that were just completely scrapped, because the new Deluxe stages were supposedly going to be used in like the scrapped Super Monkey Ball 3 that never came out. But they're only really used to like fill gaps that are obviously there in like the new Deluxe like stage numbers. With Beginner having 40 stages, they had to add 20 new stages. So, all of those are new stages. But like if they had not had it be 40, I feel like you understand what I'm saying. Like there are like exactly like 54. There must have been at least like one, I feel, like 1 or 2, I feel, that were just completely scrapped, and I'd love to know what those were. It'd be fascinating to me. Now, there were rumors from a YouTuber who I intend to give no shout out to, but to a YouTuber who has made a few prominent Super Monkey Ball videos nonetheless, regrettably, but who is apparently also an insider, who apparently there are rumors of like a Super Monkey Ball 3 coming out in like soon, the soon times, in like the style of the old ones, and like I'd love that, but there's no confirmation of this, of course, but he is supposedly a Sega insider, this guy, who I will not name, so that is something, or like some kind of insider of types. I do not know the exact details. But But yeah, there is supposedly one coming. I mean, like, don't hear from me. Like, I saw this on the server, so, like, ask on the server for more information, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to see a Super Monkey Ball 3. I sort of doubt it would use, like, any of the actual, concepts for the stages that were not used in the original Super Monkey Ball 3, which I assume was, scrapped relatively early on in development, considering that there are, like, only 50 stages from it here or so. I think it's 40-something, actually. But, it is an interesting thing to think about, because I remember it being a game that was supposedly coming out, and, like, I don't know, my parents told me or whatever, because I had this, I was a huge fan of this game as a kid, of course, and so, my parents told me when there was, like, a new one announced or whatever, and saw it in some kind of, I don't know where they saw it, don't ask me, but, I heard there was a Super Monkey Ball 3 coming out one way or another, and being excited for it, and then it was like, oh, it's not coming out, and there's this other game called Super Monkey Ball Deluxe that's not on a console I own, and I was like, what the heck? Why isn't this on a console I own? And, eventually I got a PS2 and I got Deluxe, but, like, it was like a lot later. And so for a long time, it was like, there's this Monkey Ball game that I don't have, and it's got all these cool looking stages, and a lot of them turned out to be not that great, but, like, it still had all these cool looking stages. And I was like, yeah, it was just a port for the most part. I get why it wasn't released on the GameCube, but it's still a shame. It's not even that good a port, like, let's be clear. But it's still a shame. I mean, I always wanted to play this as a kid. Always. I'm just kind of rambling here. It's just regrettable that they never released, like, any of these stages on the GameCube. I feel like, today, this would just be, like, DLC or whatever. There are a lot of things to complain about with modern DLC models, but, being able to release scrapped content is not a complaint I have. Certainly. It's far from a complaint. Now, this is a cool new Deluxe level. I like this one, even if it's, it's stairs, right, but, like, it's cool. Like, I don't mind stairs, honestly. Like, hot take, stairs and Monkey Ball are A-okay with me. And look at this one. It's got, like, all these, colors. It's colorful, and you can't go wrong with colorful in Monkey Ball stages. That's my take. Here's Waver. Everybody likes Waver, right? It's got a pretty cool warp. We're going to be taking it, I think. Yeah. Waver. Everybody likes it. There's not a single soul in the world who doesn't like Waver. It's the only universally liked stage in all of Super Monkey Ball. That's definitely not true. It's likely not true that it's even a universally liked stage. I doubt that there are any universally liked stages, if truth be told. Even among the true classics, like the original beginner stage, which I believe to be very, very good in terms of instructive level design and so forth. But what are you going to do? You can't convince some people of anything. You just can't. You try, but sometimes it's just not possible. Yeah, we're going to try something pretty spicy here. And it worked. I'm happy about that. It makes me really happy. You know what else makes me happy? That's right, Raid Shadow Legends. Play it today. You don't actually have to play Raid Shadow Legends. I'm not sponsored. At least at the moment. Maybe I will be in the future. Maybe I will unironically shill for Raid Shadow Legends at that point. But that point is not today. Do not fear. For your lives or for your wallets. Here's folders. Although these do fold, they do not resemble the actual concept of folders in terms of things you use to enclose paper. When you think about it, they're nothing like those. But if you don't think about it, they remain the same. So just don't think about it, and you'll be fine. Also, I did not hold perfectly up from the start, which is harder on a Switch Pro controller. So we're either going to die or we're going to make it, and we made it, so that's cool. Right? That's pretty sexy, I think. Here is linear seesaws. Seesaws all lined up in a line, like some kind of seesaws that are linear. Right? Right? Like, they should have called it linear seesaws or something when you think about it. Also, I just noticed that this doesn't have the whole like ultimate 100 thing from the original Deluxe, you know, where it's like instead of the stages being numbered normally, but I assume that's like a limitation just of how, like, you know, stages can be numbered in Super Monkey Ball 2 mods. That, you know, they have to have the same number in all versions, in like all like iterations of that level or something. You know, I assume it's due to technical limitations. But yeah, we're gonna have to press the pause switch here because I am a bad player at video games who will definitely get hit by the cubes. Because getting hit by cubes is my business. That's my vocation. Anyways, yep, that was birth. So now that birth is done. Oh, cool. I guess we're going on. I guess we're going on to the master level now. Yeah, this is an iconic Master 1 bump. I mean, yeah, I understand that it's just like due to this is being formatted as like a series of like extra, you know, like extra stages or whatever. Like, that's basically just how Ultimate is accomplished. But it's still funny as hell. Yeah, this is Master. This is Master 2. Walking. It's well known as a tough Master stage. Repulse. If that was the, if that was extra, if this is Master, then does that mean that Advanced Extra is Master Extra? I'm interested. I'm interested to see where this goes, and then like what comes after Master Extra, if that is what Advanced Extra is portrayed as. I'm pretty interested in that myself. It's an area of interest for me. I studied that in college. Believe it or not. That was my major. I forget what I even said my major was by this point. That's how bad my train of thought is. I thought I was going to die there on the warp of break, and that would have been foolish, although it is a master stage, so you never know. Anyways, this is downhill. It's a stage where you go downhill. Not to be confused with Cascade from this game, which was originally called Downhill. It was originally a Super Monkey Ball 2 stage called Downhill, but it was renamed to Cascade here. We'll be seeing that one in a bit. Anyways, for this one you need to like pause buffer to get on right away, so not gonna do that. Instead we're just gonna do a cool wait, a bit of a waiting cycle here. A bit of a waiting game to be able to move forward on Black Slim. Only to be met by Choice. A pretty tough stage. But no, it's not that bad. You know, it's just got some bananas. It's got a goal. It's got another goal too. It's got 2 fucking goals, y'all. You wouldn't believe slaps this stage. You wouldn't believe how many goals this baby can fit in it. Remember that meme? That was a meme at one time. This is bonus wave. Wave hello to the bonus. Haha, get it? Haha. It's because wave is a word that has multiple definitions. One of which is a greeting. Alright, here's Jump Ramp. It's got some ramps that you can jump on. So you basically just roll into them and you do some jumpery. Once you're a master of jumpery, you should have no problems with this stage. Here's Houndstooth. It's got nothing to do with dogs. It's based on some kind of like clothing pattern, I think, is the joke of Houndstooth. That's like what the Houndstooth is referencing. I always assumed it was some kind of tool as a child, but no. Anyways, here's DNA. It's got a warp on it. It skips building, which is not a terribly well liked stage, let's say. Here's Skulls. This has got to be one of the best new stages added in Deluxe, if you ask me. It's got that trademark Deluxe longness, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know. This is a fast stage, and it's got some skips you can do if you're a pro gamer, which I am not and have never claimed to be. It's fun. That's what I think. It's my hot take. Here's Cliff. You gotta hang on to the side of the cliff in this one in order to survive. Yeah, there's really not a lot to say about this one because it's pretty boring. It's P boring, as some say. V boring, maybe even. It sucks to die on this one because then you have to go all the way back to the start. I mean, that's always how it is dying, but this one's just long as hell. So it's particularly unpleasant. Anyways, I guess I'll get these bananas as long as I have time. Why not? Well, the why not is because if I die, I will be very mad, but I didn't, so we're good. Here's Concentric. I like this one a lot too. Because again, it's fast, it lets you use your momentum to your advantage, and you can do some skips on it. Hell yeah, look at that. Okay, well I missed the banana. Oh no, I guess you can just get these by rolling under them? I had no idea. In fact, I thought it was specifically not possible, but I guess it is. Learn something new every day. Alright, Stadium. I don't think we've actually, like, done this one legitimately. So, like, fuck it. You know, we're doing it. We're doing it. This is, I mean, I say this one's a maze. I think I said that in previous videos, but, like, it's a pretty shitty maze, if it's even a maze. I don't really get the point of this one. It's got no cohesion to its design. Like, what's the point in all this checkerboard work? Like, what is this? I don't understand what kind of stadium this is supposed to be. And even if I did, it's just not a good stage design. Like, there's all the guitar stuff in, like, the original version of Choice, or, like, the, rather, GameCube version of Choice, let's say. It's not quite the original. But, like, you know, that one at least, like... You know, like, that one, like, the guitar parts, they don't actually, like... You know, you don't deal with them like normally. You know, they're not really part of the stage. They're just an aesthetic. They're just background objects. So I feel it's a bit different. Anyways, here's bonus grid. It's got a grid of bananas in it that you must collect in order to get a perfect bonus. And so, by getting in these diagonal lines, you gain unfathomable degrees of power. You don't actually do that. I'm not sure what I'm getting at, honestly. Yeah, okay, I remember in my, like, first advanced video, I died on this stage a ton trying to do this trick that I just did, and terribly embarrassed myself. But here we did it, like, successfully, but not... It wasn't that impressive. Like, I probably would have completed the stage faster just by doing it normally. So, you know, it's a bit of a trade-off, I suppose. It's a bit of a fucky-wucky, as some might say. Here's Hoppers. You can't just hold up from the start. You can't do it. Okay. That happened. I didn't hold up from the start, for what it's worth, and as I'm sure my lovely viewers could recognize. Okay, that was just foolish. I'm gonna press the play switch because I'm bad at games. Yeah, you could hold up from the start in the jungle version of this, but that version's not alright. That doesn't come around these parts anymore. Anyways, here's Coaster. I love this one. You can go like super fast on it and not regret anything. And I love that. I mean, if you go too fast, then you do fuck yourself over, but like, you can go very fast without risking anything. Like this. I mean, well, it was still a risk, but it's a calculated risk. It's one I'm very familiar with doing without dying. Because that was one of the stages I just liked to play in practice mode as a kid. You know. And I feel like I don't have the energy for that anymore, except when I'm like practicing a stage for like to practice it. But I used to do that a lot when I was like 7, you know. Here's Gravity Slider. This one's great. Everybody likes it. It's good. I mean, it's just a hold up from the start stage with nothing really that interesting to it except for these ramps that are fully optional. But sometimes you die because you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. But I'm not actually a fucking idiot. I'm not that down on myself. You know, we're not being down on ourselves today. That's strictly prohibited on the Julius Pseudo channel. But yeah, I mean, if you just want to complete this level, you can just hold F from the start. But if you want to be a cool kid, you got to do this, and you got to do this. And I'm not going to do the last one because I want to retain that fucking speed all the way to the goal. And if I did the other one, I don't think I would be able to because I would be shot too far, although I might overestimate how fast I would actually be going or how high I would actually bounce. Because, yeah. But anyways, here's Inchworms. Gonna try the pink one once. Why not? Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Nope. Oh, hey, I almost lived. That was weird. Never had that happen before. Okay, well, look. You see, here's the rationale here. Alright, so, like, if I get the goal now, I'll be back up to 97 lives because there are bananas on this thing, and I'm only 9 bananas away from getting a 1-up. So, check this shit out. Check that shit out. Check that shit out. That's how you play Monkey Ball. That's how you play Monkey Ball. That was my demonstration of how to play Monkey Ball, ladies and gentlemen, and others. Alright. Okay, that was bad. But we're gonna do this now, and it'll be super fucking cool. It'll be badass. It'll blow your mind. It'll draw the masses. It'll draw the crowds in. It'll draw huge crowds into my fucking thing, my videos, my channel. I'll have 3,000 subscribers after this. Mark my words. Don't mark my words, because it's not gonna happen. At least not in the near future. I know I've been beating around the bush here a lot. That's the wrong term, but you know, I don't know. I've been thinking about like making my channel all like extra, you know, real shit recently, but I don't know if it's happening for sure. Don't count on it, but it might. It might. You never know when I might strike, and it'll blow your fucking mind when I do. Here's Bull. That was bad. I guess we'll collect some bananas then. That was also bad. Let's collect some more bananas then. Yeah. Yeah, this is how I played Bull when I was like 7. This is a demonstration of how I played Bull when I was 7. Hope you enjoyed it. Here's Jumpies. It's got the bouncy bounce. You bounce up the bounces, and you get some bounce. You get some serious bouncing off. Uh-oh. Well, that's not fun. I'm going to try to go in from behind so I get that banana bunch, but no, I didn't go far enough. Well, I got 1 banana. That's fine. That's good, right? That's pretty good. I consider this a complete win. Yeah, here's Stoppers. It's got the Jamma bars. It's like the Jamma bar level. They could have called it Jamma bars if that was a name that they had been willing to use instead of being the cowards they were. His bent floor. It was originally called floor bent, but they changed it in the port because that was a dumb name that was obviously, poorly parsed. Here's conveyor. It's got a conveyor on it. Multiple, in fact. Oh, weird. Okay, I did that thing where you can, like, bounce into the goal, but then bounce out in, like, the opposite direction. It happens. It's something that can happen. It's a rare occurrence in Monkey Ball. But it does happen sometimes. This is Exam B. It's rainy now at Exam B. At the Exam B theme park. This is the Exam B theme park. Hope y'all knew. Because it won't change away from that. It won't change from being the Exam theme park for you. For the likes of you. It's going to keep being its best self. Regardless of what you want. Here's Chaser. Yep. We're going on to stage 40 because of that. We're skipping some key stages there. But, like, I'll probably do a Warpless Ultimate video at some point. I would like to do that. I just wasn't feeling up to it today. I wasn't really sure whether I was going to record that first or the other one first. By the other one, I mean this one that I am recording with the warps. But yeah, I probably will do a Warpless Ultimate eventually. It'll just be a bit longer and it'll be a bit more frustrating because I'll have to do all the frustrating stages I hate. Like Helix. And that'll be right at the end. So obviously you can see why on a day where I'm already mildly frustrated, not by anything in particular, just by a general misanthropy, which I do not normally express, but sometimes do. I don't consider myself a misanthrope. I'm just being edgy. I'm just being edgy, y'all. And as if to mock me for my edginess, I'm also doing poorly at Leveler, although I did it eventually. Here's reversible gear. Yep, we're going into the reversible gear, and you would not believe what we're going to find inside. It's that, is what I just did. Here's stepping stones. It's got some of these things, which I guess are stepping stones. I gotta be honest, these don't really look anything like stepping stones that I would, think of as stepping stones. Like, don't at me on that. Okay, yeah, dribbles. You see, this is one of the stages that I would skip in a warp video, except that it's not skippable. Which makes it easily one of my most reviled stages. Thankfully, there is a skip, but, like, I'm not good enough at it, so, yeah, we're playing the stage normally, thanks to that. Oh, I'm so glad that it didn't fucking crush me right before I went through. I am really happy about that, folks. You would not believe the smile I have on my face right now. God damn. Okay, yeah, here's the URL. Whoa, that was an experience. Just, y'all see that? It was pretty exciting. Here's Mad Rings. It's another stage with a big warp, as in one of the red variety. And I'm going to be collecting all those banana bunches. You know why? You know why I collect the banana bunches? Because I can. That stage just requires a bit of timing, but it's not so bad once you're used to it. Here's Cascade. The long prophesied stage. It's a fun one, right? People like Cascade. People came to my channel just for Cascade. That's definitely not the case. Here is Professional Skaters. Some say that there's a warp on this one, but I've never seen it before. So, Uh, yeah, never seen that one before. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know anything about it. Here's Rampage, which is not Rampage, it's Rampage. I don't know why I said it weird. Yeah, anyways, some monkey ball fanatics can get, and I do not mean that in a derogatory way, but some monkey ball fanatics have demonstrated the ability to get all the bananas on this stage, which seems tantamount to impossible to me, if I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I'm probably doing it wrong, but that's just, it's pretty wild to me that that's possible, honestly. Here's Antlion. The stage's name is a reference to how antlion larvae make pits in sand that kind of look like this. See the Pokemon Trapinch for a similar example. Yeah. Here's Collapse. Oh shit, that was a collision issue, and that caused me to die. I don't think I've ever had that happen on this stage before. It's a pretty big gap, so like you're pretty likely to get a good clip, or whatever it is the kids are calling it these days. I guess we're dying on Collapse today. I guess this is gonna be the level that kills my. I say this jokingly, but if I'm not careful, my humor may have an influence on the actual happenings going on in this game. If I'm not careful. I don't think we've dipped below 96 lives this entire run, though, so, like, that's pretty good. Like, it does inspire confidence. I mean, we're still in, like, the pretty early, like, relatively easy part of the run, to be fair, but, like, still. Here's Labyrinth. Another stage with a warp. And a warp that makes the stage trivial, in fact. In which case we can move on to Wavy Jump. I forget that these stages are in the campground now. That's fun, right? Whoa, okay, that was a little bit weird, but it does mean we can get this banana bunch. So, no complaints here. Here's Spiky. Yeah, you can skip the spikes. That is something you can do. And I'm gonna do that in order to get a better time on this stage. You can skip like 1 or 2 spikes each time. It's tough. I never thought that was possible as a kid. It was like, I just kind of, it was this sort of thing where it's obviously not how the stage wants you to play it, so I never even attempted it. But it is possible. And it's not even that hard. Here's Polar. You just gotta wait for the lines to line up and line yourself up, and then you're good. Here's Paraboloid. This one sucks, but if you hold up left, I think it is. I hope it's not upright. I really hope it's not upright, but there is a direction you can hold that makes it so that you eventually die. I don't think I was holding the right direction, though, unfortunately. Because, yeah, as you can see, I'm slowing down now, and also not dying, more importantly. You want to die on this one, because you basically can't get bananas on here. Oh, lovely. Oh, fantastic. Oh, happy day. And I went straight into that fishbowl, even. Hell yeah. I think it's more of a flower pot than a fishbowl, actually. So my apologies to any Julia Pseudo superfans who are offended by my recent comments. You have the right to be, due to my ignorance. Here's Giant Comb. Oh, okay. I mean, generally, if you just take this fast and you get to the second half without being hit, you won't die. But, sometimes it doesn't go the way you like it. Okay, yeah, you see, I didn't slow down well enough here. You see, this is, the kind of stage that, I usually do fine on. But, if it's a bad day, if I just kind of don't do it right, if you don't do this one right for, even a short time, then you die. And, I don't like doing this in, this stop and go way. It's not fun. So I really just don't like slowing down to do it. But like other than that, it's pretty hard to do consistently. I feel like I can do it more consistently than I just did sometimes. But I guess like today's not that day, you know? So apologies for that. Anyways, here's Beehive. This one's pretty easy. Like, I mean, there's not that much to this one. To be frank. Here's Dynamic Maze. Same with this one. It's a cool concept. This is a very good level concept. It's very cool and stuff. It's not really, I mean, they call it a maze, but like this isn't like what I would, generally regard as a maze level. Like, it's pretty reasonable as far as such things go. Here's Triangle Holes. This is one of the ones where you can just hold up for some reason, but I didn't, because that's harder to do on a Switch Pro controller. So we're just gonna be saying I died. That's what we're gonna be saying a few seconds later. Okay, now I am holding perfectly up. So with any luck, I will sail straight into the goal. Yep, that's fantastic. We are going down in lives, unfortunately, but this is where the run starts to get hard, I would say, like these last, 10, 20 stages of advanced, so, like, these are the first, like, really hard ones. I guess we could have gone for the warp on this stage, because I guess that's something that I am now capable of doing, but also fuck that. Recording this warp was, like, one of the hardest ones in my previous warp video. In which I also got the Pro Skaters warp, just for the record, like, I was just fucking memeing before. But that was probably clear. I feel like if I explain the joke now, it kind of ruins the whole thing, so apologies to any Julia Pseudo superfans who were offended by my recent comments. You have the right to be offended, as I was foolish. Okay, yeah, you see, I sort of let myself die at the end there because I really want to get the warp on this one so I don't have to play coin slots. Like, dying a couple of times is worth that to me. Because I might die in coin slots anyways, because... Oh, lovely, okay. Maybe even the pink warp? Nah, that's too high to aim, but, I mean, we can get this one, and then we don't have to play coin slots, so, like, that's good enough for me. We can just go straight on to Seesaw Bridges. Stage bridges that are also seesaws, it is pretty wild. I will tell you now. The stage will blow your fucking mind when you see it for yourself. Play Super Monkey Ball 2 just for Seesaw Bridges. That's my review of Super Monkey Ball 2. And Deluxe, also. Play just for Seesaw Bridges. I'm not actually serious. The stage is like, it's pretty good, I guess, It's like it's a solid 7 out of 10. Like, I don't know. It's alright. Here's Arthropod. Yeah. I feel like people, people probably know Arthropod by this point. The thing with it, I mean, my strategy that I've been doing since I was a kid is you wait until like 30 seconds, and then you hopefully don't get stepped on. Oh, and yeah, I actually made it. Okay. Yeah, but you wait until about 40 seconds, then you get on the thing. Here's Spatio-Temporal. This is probably my favorite stage in the game, and sometimes stages with wormholes do weird shit on Dolphin. I'm actually not sure if that's a Dolphin problem or a mod problem, but it is something that happens on a lot of stages that I've played with wormholes. Mainly in mods, I think. I don't know. But, I mean, I assume this is a known, non-fixable issue, so, that's cool. That's Spatio-Temporal for you. It's cool as hell stage. Love cool wormhole shit. Plays too early in the game, but other than that, it's great. Okay, I guess we're going on to the extra stages. This might be, oh no, because it does say go to the master extra level when you do that. But it said go to the extra stage even when I went on to, that might have been like the master extra message from Mimi, I don't know. But it said go to the extra level anyways, so, that's cool. Yeah, Blur Bridge again. Not a lot to say about that one. Here's Hard Hitter. Hitter is at least replaced. You don't play Hitter again. It's replaced by the harder version, which is called Hard Hitter. Understandably. Well, I think it's more that it hits you hard rather than it is hard as a level. At least in my interpretation. Okay, I died on puzzle. Not encouraging. Not encouraging behavior. Okay, saved myself there, thankfully. And now we will attempt the infamous puzzle skip. It's neither infamous nor difficult. In reality, I tricked you. I deceived you. Because I am extremely skilled in the art of deception, and not so skilled in the art of doing puzzle good. There's a different stage called Puzzle in other monkey game, Super Monkey Ball 2, but this one got that name, and that one is called Square Dance now, which is a cool name for that stage. It's one of the stages in Deluxe that actually has like a good name, you know, one of the ones that has a new name that's good. I mean, it's really mostly the Super Monkey Ball 1 stages that have weird names in Deluxe. Like, the new Deluxe stages actually have pretty decent names for the most part. But I don't, yeah, and I mean, also I don't understand, like, Square Dance is a great name for the other puzzle, but I don't understand why this one's called Puzzle in the first place. Because it's not a puzzle. I mean, like, I guess the puzzle is, like, figuring out that you have to jump over it a couple of times in order to do it in a reasonable amount of time, but I don't think that's even, like, strictly necessary. I think I said this in a previous video. But, yeah, you know, it's a bit of a strange name to me. Here's Polar Large. It's a lot like Polar, only bigger. And if you're not careful, you'll overshoot, because I'm not really used to the Deluxe timing for this one still. I know the Deluxe timing for Polar, but not for Polar Large. So we're going to be vibing over here until another circle comes around. Yep. And then we'll go here, and here, and here, and then we'll be in largely familiar territory, at least territory I can deal with. Okay, or I can just fall off like an idiot. I should stop insulting myself. That is something that I would benefit greatly from. The stoppage of self-insults. Okay, yeah, you see, I was a bit scared of being hit by the outer ring there. Because the outer ring's scary. It can sometimes push you off if you're overzealous, let's say. Yeah, let's just turn around here. Let's just make a little bit of a turn so we can get to the crossover point for Polar Large. And you see, when I played this stage as a kid, like when I first played this stage, the way I did the outer ring was by going to like the side where it comes up towards the goal and like getting on it right as it went up, just so that it would like push me up into the goal. And that's madness. It's incredibly harder to do. Okay, yeah, no, fuck it. I don't know why I did that. It was a foolish thing to do. We're doing with fast forward on because it's possible to do. And if it's possible, then why not just do it, right? That's what I think. That's what I say. Yeah. So that's auto doors. This is heavy sphere. It's got a very heavy sphere that you need to concern yourself with pressing the switch of, at least touching the switch of, if you want to get up onto the platform with a heavy sphere. And I did actually press it this time, unlike my previous playthrough of this stage. Which makes the stage a bit harder, but yeah, sometimes you can clip off that switch and not actually press it, which causes the bridge to stay in its like flexed position and doesn't cause the heavy sphere to drop, which removes like pretty much any difficulty from the stage, but it's basically unpredictable whether that happens or not. I think it does have to do with like how fast you hit the switch, but it's very difficult to not press it consistently. But it's a fun thing when you do. When it ends up happening, it's a good time. So, anyways, here's Stagger. Yeah, that's Stagger for you. It's a staggeringly fun stage. No, it's actually only okay. I gotta stop taking my jokes back, though. Sometimes you just gotta commit to the bit. That's what I tell myself sometimes. I don't know when the last time I actually told myself that was, but when I did, it was a learning experience. You can rest assured of that. Anyways, here's UFO. You gotta press the switch, and then you gotta get into the goal really quickly before it turns back over. Here's Ring Bridges. This stage had no background on the PS2. probably due to the large number of models or whatever on this stage that necessitated the space station's removal. So it's just like a plain sky background, like, you know, with stars and stuff, but like it's like a plain space background with no objects of interest to look at. Much less interesting. Here's Chaos. Fuck this stage. But I did watch my advanced replay shortly before this, like, and I did that for the primary reason of just remembering how to beat Chaos, because if you don't remember how to beat Chaos, you're in for a hell of a wild fucking ride, as I was in my first advanced extra playthrough here. So I think I remember the route you gotta take here. And I will be doing it first try with any luck. Alright, like, let me just be sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You go this way. That's what you do. You go here. Yeah. You go here, up the blue slope. Everybody loves the blue slope. Everybody knows the blue slope. Then you go over here. You go over here, and then you're at the goal. Yeah, this one's not so bad. Alright. Just wanted to get a couple of banana bunches, but I was a bit spooked being greedy, so I didn't get the last one. Here's the tilt maze. This is just tilt maze. It's not the tilt maze. Nobody calls it that. But it's one of the stages where you can hold up from the start. I didn't quite hold perfectly up from the start, but it worked anyways, so I'm happy about that. Here's Fractal. Big fan of this stage. It's got a lot of bananas, but I guess that's justified. I mean, it is really risky to go in for those ones, because like there are more holes on the inner triangles, but we're going to do it anyways because I'm a pro gamer. Despite saying that I was not a pro gamer previously, I am actually a pro gamer. I was a pro gamer from the start, and y'all are going to have to deal with that. I deceived you. Here's hills. If you don't get the warp on hills, you have to play dodge maze, and that is truly a fate worse than death. So, not going to be doing that. Not going to be not getting the warp on hills. Here's domes. Also a fate worse than death. A fourth advanced extra stage, I think, that I would regard as a fate worse. No, third. There are like 3 terrible ones in advanced extra. There's Chaos, dodge maze, and this. Domes. Oh god. Okay, that was really close. I hate this one. It's like, you can do it by bouncing across, but it's worse. It's less reliable than this, which is unreliable on its own. It's not so much that this is unreliable, but more so that if you get like any degree of like overexcited, like even a little tiny bit overexcited, then you just die. And it's super long, and it's not fun. This one's not fun, if you ask me. I really don't like it. That's my hot take. Okay, I didn't get the banana punch. Whatever. Here's a meat a lot. This one also kind of sucks, but it's not nearly as bad as those other 3 that I said. Chaos, dodge maze, and domes. I'm really glad that we're getting through this with relatively little difficulty. Okay, that was too early. But yeah, I'm already out of the hell levels, so that's really good. I'm super happy about that. Some of the worst levels in the game there. Alright, I missed it, so we're just gonna have to wait for the goal to come back. Okay, or I can just fall off. That's an option too that I chose to take that time. It was a choice, mind you. We're all responsible for our own decisions, including that death. I was responsible for that too. It's important to take responsibility. That's the moral of today's story. Okay. You see, I say that those are the hell levels, but then I die on here more than like any of them. So, well, I mean, I didn't play Dodge Maze to be fair, but yeah. Okay. Fantastic. That is a meet a lot. That is the end of a meet a lot, more importantly. So here's Long Slider. This one's pretty alright. I like this one, actually. It's, you know, it's a relatively speed-oriented level, even if it's one where you have to be pretty careful. It's good. People like Long Slider. It's fun. It's a bit like sliders from Beginner, but this time there's only one slider. So I suppose the sliders are the individual quarter pipes. If you think about it, that is the implication of this level's name. And this one's also longer and steeper. That's why they call it Long Slider. The long refers to the slider's longness. Its length. Fun fact. Here's grid bridges. Grid bridge. It's not bridges. There's only one of them this time. And that's grid bridge. And then here's T-Bot, which as I understand is a 3D modeling joke. I was recently informed of this, because basically these T-Bots are like a common like sample 3D model or something of that nature. So that's why there's a random teapot in this level. It's fun. The developers like to have fun. You can tell that they liked to have fun because of these because of levels like these. Yeah. Where there's just a teapot doing some physics. Anyways, we're moving into Expert now with 80 lives. I think that should be good. Oh, we're going on to Master again. Excuse me. I was mistaken. It must just say that if you're already in, like, extra levels. When you get, like, go to extra stages notification, it must say go to Master if you're already in extra stages. That seems to be the pattern here. Anyways, here's Branch. Yeah, we're going to be taking the warp on Branch, of course, as is tradition, in order to skip Overturn and Excursion. We're going straight on to Dodecagon. And I will remind my viewers, my lovely viewers, that Dodecagon in no way resembles the geometric shape known as a dodecagon, which is a 12-sided polygon. As far as I can tell, there is nothing resembling a 12-sided polygon anywhere in the stage called Dodecagon. So if you have any idea why this is called that, please leave a comment. I know I always say this, but truly, if anyone has any idea, I'd really like to know. Here's Exam C. An infamously hard stage, but one that I am pretty good at. I feel I don't need to... Okay. If you fail at the corner movement section, it's not a good day for Monkey Ball. I mean, I'm just out of practice. Like, I haven't played this in quite a while, honestly. Except for the warp recordings, I haven't played this game in like 3 months. And also, I played Monkey Target on Extra Visage's stream once several weeks ago, or like maybe a couple months ago, even at this point. But that is sort of a separate thing because Monkey Target's not the same as playing the regular game, even though it does use some of the same physics for the rolling segment. It obviously resembles the main game very little. Okay, that's it. For Exam C, happy to do that in 2 tries. And I'm pretty good at Exam C because I have played it a lot in order to get better at it, pretty much in like Super Monkey Ball 1 Expert attempts, more or less. Yeah, you kind of have to get good at it if you want to do Super Monkey Ball 1 Expert attempts. It's just a base requirement. So here's tracks. It's possible to skip shit on this one, but I'm not good enough at it, and we're just going to go for the 0.3, I guess? I've already committed to it, and I died, but we're going to try that one more time. I have done all of the wires on this stage before, except for the 0.1. I have not successfully done that, although I have gotten about 3/4 of the way through it. I think dying on the second curve. Alright. 0.4 is honestly my favorite way to do this usually because it's not terribly slow, like 0.5, and it's also not terribly hard, like anything narrower. But I did do this. I'm happy about that too. That is something that makes me happy. Here's downhill hard. Sort of a harder version of downhill. I never really regarded this as a harder version of downhill when I played it as a child. But, I mean, I can see how it is. It's got the same kind of theme of going down a slope. I think they're both the same width also, and avoiding some kind of obstacles. But this time they're bumpers instead of walls, and it's a lot longer and steeper. Anyways, here's bonus bumpy. A very good bonus. This one's got 50 bananas. That's one of the very few bonus stages to have 50 bananas, which I believe is the largest number of bananas that a bonus ever has. Oh, no, Shelter has more. Shelter's a new bonus stage in Deluxe, and it's very lucrative. But yeah, this is kind of the original grid bonus and expert. I mean, you know, bonus basic is also good, but this one is later in the game, especially in, well, I mean, yeah, just in, because bonus basic's not here. It's not in expert and Deluxe. So that's a bit of a different situation, but yeah. Now, one thing I always thought was weird was how Ultimate is listed as having 210 stages on, like, the difficulty select, because under no circumstances does it have 210 stages. That is the, like, sum of the stages in, like, Beginner, Advanced, and Expert, and you need to play Beginner, Advanced, and Expert to unlock it in the original, whereas here you unlock it by getting to Master, just because it's replacing Master. But, you know, originally you got it by beating a Beginner, Advanced, and Expert. But the thing about it is that it's more than just Beginner, Advanced, and Expert, because there's also some the extras and Master in there, and that adds like another 90 stages. I think it's exactly 90 because there are 310 stages in Deluxe, which includes the story mode world 10 stages. I don't know why I'm doing this in such a chump way. I'm being a chump on free fall. But yeah, it's weird that it's listed as 210, because I don't think it ever... Because if you don't get to the extras, then I'm pretty sure you just, like, lose Ultimate in the original. Like, it doesn't let you continue. And I assume the same for this. So it's a bit strange that it's listed that way. I mean, not in the mod, I understand that was just matching the original, but... in the original, it's strange that they decided to list it as having 210. I guess it's, like, to keep the extras secret or whatever, but they're not that secret when you just can't progress without getting to them. Anyways, that was Mad Shuffle. It's got some bananas, which I will gladly take. Graciously, even. Here's Jump Machine. It's got a red warp on it, which we're going to be taking. Getting on here. Being bounced up here. And again, being bounced up here. Fuck. Okay, well, let's hope that I land on there again. Hey, I did it. Hell yeah. I don't think I've ever done it. Like, I don't think I've ever saved myself from being bounced off the pink one. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten back to the pink, or much less not fallen off in the, like, you know, really at all. So that's nice. Anyways, here's Toggle, a stage that I have no respect for the intentions of, which are presumably to go across one by one. But fuck that bullshit. Yeah, this'll do it. This'll do it. This'll do it very nicely. You have to just kind of balance on the edge to get that banana bunch. I don't know why it's so close to the edge. It's a bit odd. Really? Here's combination. Now, people have their own strategies for this stage, but so do I. And that strategy is to not get the banana punch, which I could have done, but it's an important part of the strategy to not get the banana punch. Just remember that. But, you know, anyways, the point is you wait here. You press the play switch, you wait here at, you know, that time, like 40 seconds-ish, a little less, a little like 38 or something, and then you go over here, and the goal's right there. That's nice, right? It's fun. It's good. There are other ways to do it also, but I didn't do those. So here's bonus hunting. This one sucked in the original Deluxe, but thankfully it was fixed up to match the Super Monkey Ball 1 version by the Deluxe porters, which I really appreciate. It still sucks here, but like it sucks in a respectable way, if you follow. I feel like they had real intention with this one for it to be like a bonus stage where you don't get very many bananas, because it's like the last one in Expert, you know? That's my assumption. And I can respect that. Like, they don't want you to be able to get too many lives near the end of Expert. It's the last bonus stage in the game, more accurately. Especially with, like, bonus bumpy before it, where you can get a ton of bananas. It sort of serves to balance that out, I guess. That was Gears. This is Destruction, the harder version of Collapse, which I died on several times, despite it being a stage I regard as very easy. Hopefully that will not be repeated here, because this stage is actually relatively hard. Like, I mean, there are at least a few slip-up points, but I did it. Here's Invasion, or as some like to call it, Expert 14. But here it's not Expert 14, so you might instead be inclined to call it Expert 23, but I doubt anybody's ever really called it that. Expert 23 is the snake one in Monkey Ball 1. That's the only one that anybody's ever seriously called Expert 23, if truth be told. Oh yeah, you can just hold up from the start to win on diving in Deluxe, which I totally forgot about. Like a fool. But I won't forget the second time around. This stage has a different bumper model than every other underwater stage that has bumpers for some reason. I don't know why that is. Here's Floor Slant. It's got slanted floors. And you can do it like that, or you can just bounce down. I guess a lot of people like to bounce down, but that was never how I did it. So it's not how you'll see me doing it. Here's Tram. It's got some bumpers that go zooming past on the tram on their way to work or whatever. I guess that's the implication of this stage's name, I suppose. This is Swing Bar Long. It's like Swing Bar, but longer. That's why they call it Swing Bar Long. What if they, instead of Long Slider, it was Slider Long? Imagine that, right? Like, imagine that. Just imagine a world in which it was called Slider Long instead of Long Slider. How would the world be different? Just think about it. And this is Paperwork, which I think is, like, probably supposed to be called something like Origami, I have to imagine, because it looks like an origami thing. But instead it's called Paperwork, which sounds like it might be like an overly literal translation or something, but don't at me on that. I don't know that to be the case. Oh fuck. That's Twin Attacker for you. You die on it sometimes. That's the tagline of Twin Attacker. We sometimes kill you. That's what the proprietors of Twin Attacker say. They have a disclaimer that says you might die in their official advertisements. Check it out if you don't believe me. Check out the official website of Twin Attacker Industries. Live since sometime in 2001. I don't know when Monkey Ball came out exactly. Oh, it's like when the GameCube came out, which was like mid 2001, I think. So then, but like also, there was, that stage existed on the arcade first, and I think that was like 2000 probably, like before 2001. if I had to guess. So, I don't know. Anyways, I'm trying to get as many bananas as I can on partition, but I don't expect to get them all, because doing so is very difficult. You see, whenever I like need to go over an edge like that, I can't. But when I don't need to, I can. That's the frustrating thing I find about partition consistently. It has haunted me for years. And it continues to do so. Here's punched seesaws. Seesaws with holes punched in the center of them. They considered calling it that, but they decided the punched seesaws would flow better. Fun fact. Going on to stage 33, I don't know what that one is. It's brandished. It's brandished, everyone. And this one you just kind of have to eyeball it. You have to eyeball it, and, you know, if you don't eyeball it properly, then you die. But that's, you know, that's the cost of eyeballing. That's the cost of improper eyeballing. Hell yeah. Here's tears. And I've definitely already made this joke before, but someone once told me that tears don't exist, and then I showed them this stage and they were forced to relent. So we're going to be going for the warp on this one. Just the regular warp, though. Not the red. I got tears red in my previous video about the warps in Deluxe. Check that out if you like. I'm really happy with that. I'm really proud of that, actually, because I never thought I'd be able to do that warp. At least not without pause buffering, which I didn't do, and I'm not good at pause buffering anyways. Like, I wouldn't have done it, even if I could. But I'm not good at it anyways. Like, the only way I was going to do it most likely was normally. Anyways, here's near opaque, so we're going to go for the hard way one time. And if I die, I'm committing to that. I'm committing to that. I'm not going to try that shit again. I'm hemorrhaging lives here. Pissing them away. So, no more attempts of that method will be demonstrated in this video. I did it in one of my previous videos. Go check it out. It's like the expert part 1 or something. Here's Detour. I am tempted to try the warp on this one, but it only skips Switch Inferno, and all of the difficulty of Switch Inferno is removed here, but, you know, fuck it. We're doing it anyways. Oh, that was exciting. Okay. Yeah, no, we're doing the normal goal. If I couldn't get it once, I was going to do the normal goal. So it's always the Keikaku. Here we fucking go. Here we fucking go. Uh-oh. Okay. I guess this is the kind of run we're having today. That's the type that's been laid out for us in the run type selection. It was an unsuccessful run is the type, but I got it after some difficulty there, which I really shouldn't have had. Letting my nerves get the best of me. And also, frankly, doing ultimate mode takes a lot out of you, because it's long as hell. I've already been playing for, what, like an hour and a half? Something like that. So, hope you'll forgive me. Here's Spiral Bridge. It's got this loopy-de-doopy bridge that goes up and up and up and up and up. Eventually taking you back around. Whoa. Am I right? Whoa. Say it with me, folks. Whoa. Here's Pachinko. I always thought the pattern of the bumpers in this one kind of looked like Bowser, you know, from like Mario, as some call him. Yeah. Like when you look at it from afar. Like, don't at me on this one, but... Yeah, you can't climb back up this one no matter how hard you try. It's just too steep. Here's Sega logo. It's fun, right? It's a fun stage. This is a fun stage. Like, I say that non-sarcastically. I like it. And despite just being advertising for the company that made the game, it's still pretty solid. Like, this is a very solid stage. I like it a lot. They made it a good level. And even though it's just a logo. I don't think there are that many logos you could do that with. Here's Snake. Or as some call it, Snack. Here's Wind. This has got some bananas in it, you know. You get a decent number of bananas on here, I'd argue. The nice thing about doing expert here is that I'm very familiar with most of the Super Monkey Ball 1 expert stages because I'm used to doing like expert to master runs in Super Monkey Ball 1 where you only have 3 lives. So you have to get like real good at these stages in order to do a run like that. So none of the levels are particularly, like, I'm not going to lose more than, like, 2 or 3 lives at most to any of them. Like, and that's on, like, a terrible day. Like, not even just a bad day, but, like, a terrible day. Because if you lose 2 or 3 lives on a Super Monkey Ball 1 expert run, unless you have a lot of lives stockpiled, you're just fucked. So, like, you know, and you can't really get more than, like, 6 lives at any time. Like, the most I've ever had is probably 7, if that. I have done no deaths up to Master 3 before, but I bet I wasn't collecting that many bananas on that run either, like relative to some other runs. I usually collect a lot of bananas in such runs, but not always. You know, I mean, I always collect a lot, but like, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean every single one. So, you know. Yeah, anyways, this is fall down. You just gotta fall down on it. I will be right back. Alright, apologies for that brief interruption. I may or may not remove those 2 seconds in the final video, but I probably won't because it's only a few seconds interruption. I wish I could include annotations though to say just skip to such and such time to skip this part, but you can't because YouTube removed annotations, and even as a casual video creator, a casual uploader is probably a better term, I am upset by this. Here's Spiral Hard. It's the harder version of Spiral, a stage we skipped, but thankfully I know the skip on it. I almost fucked it up, but I got it barely anyways, which is good enough for me. Here's conveyor parts. You can do the bouncy thing here, similar to the first conveyors, but it's unreliable for some reason. Like, it just occasionally won't work and you'll just fall off instead of bouncing, like on the original conveyors. And that one sometimes has those issues too. It's just due to the collision issues because, like, this is a very low slope, or like a very low step here, like a very low bump. So, like, you can bounce off of it, but it doesn't always happen because the collision in Monkey Ball is unreliable. And as I was recently informed, this is not due to collision being checked for every few frames, but due to some other something. I really don't know the specifics at all. But, you know, there are forces preventing the collision in Monkey Ball from being reliable in the physics engine. It's a strange thing. But it is something that is obvious even to a casual player, because, like, sometimes when you think you'll bounce off of something or, like, go over an edge, you don't. And you just act as if you're on flat ground the whole time. And it happens with smaller gaps and smaller heights. Oh, I never noticed that this stage had, like, a bunch of stars on the bottom of it. I don't think I've ever seen that before, and that's really interesting, because I just don't think I've ever fallen off the, like, high end of that as I just did. I don't know why I'm trying this, because you don't even get a lot of bananas for doing that in wavy option. And this wavy option is also, like, kind of the upgrade of curvy option. I mean, it's not exactly an upgrade, but in fact, I'd argue this is easier than curvy option, which begs the question of why it's an expert. But, you know. Anyways, we skipped curvy option back in advanced. Here's obstacle. A stage which I can now do the first cycle of on. But I didn't. But I did in previous videos, so if you want to see that, go check it out. Yeah. Also, shout out to Toothy, who made like a really cool animation for this stage in his Super Monkey Ball 2 and Super Monkey Ball 1 mod, which I still need to do my like final expert run of, where I like get to... Oh, okay. I screwed it up. But anyways, yeah. I still need to do my final expert run of that mod. I think I'll do that after finishing this, but I also need to like... I kind of want to do more Monkey Ball 2 videos, but the problem with that is that I haven't beaten Monkey Ball 2, like, even casually, just in terms of Master, just because Master is very hard in that. And then I'm also going to do Jamie's demo. That's going to be what comes after any, like, currently extant, playthroughs that I haven't finished. I'm going to finish those. Or, do more with them to some extent. Certainly with Toothy's. I will do that. And then after that, I'm going to play Jamie's demo, which I've been wanting to play for a while. And then I'm going to play Super Monkey Ball Gaiden by Cutsman. And then after that, I'm probably going to play NGUU 1+2, which I should have played a while ago, but haven't. So I'm gonna. That one's been out for a while. I feel I'm a bit of a fool for not having played it already, but one must live with one's mistakes. This is Flock. It's a bad stage. At least if you ask me. It's very boring. It's aggressively boring. And slow and terrible. But alas, what are you going to do? Nothing. Because there's nothing you can do. Here's Double Spiral. This is a fun one, right? People like Double Spiral. I'm including it in this video in order to appeal to a wider audience. That's my attempt here. Attempting to reach out to gamers. Because gamers love Double Spiral. Never understood what the point was in the second spiral. There's no reason to go on it. Here's Hierarchy. It's fun. Very fun. I'm losing my mind with how fun this is. Next up is 8 bracelets. Previously this was stage like 39, I think. So it's good that it's now 58 because it's like got an 8 in it, this is 8 bracelets as opposed to any other number. Yeah. However, this change in the number does mean that it's no longer worth it to go for red and only worth it to go for green. Although I think the bonus is just banana hunting here, so if I had gotten up to the red, which I did actually attempt but didn't get, I would have gone for it, because yeah, banana hunting sucks. You can get like 3 bananas here and that's it. And then you just go in the goal because you're bored of banana hunting already. And then there's Curvature. This is a fun stage. A lot of people don't like this one. I've heard a lot of complaints about this one on the server, but I think it's alright, I think it's pretty good. I see why people don't like it. It's kind of just like narrow shit, the level. But I like narrow shit, the level. Bytes also made like a much harder version of this stage in like his master in Monkey Ball 2. It's just like, it's basically this, but way narrower. Like, it's probably like 1.0 at its widest or something like that. So I enjoyed that level. I thought it was cool. I like this one too. But I can understand why people don't. It's also an ice level, so like I kind of can't hate it. Like even if I really didn't like it, I would kind of not, because it's got this like sick ass music with the good aesthetics and stuff. Yeah, it's just hard for me to hate any ice level, honestly, except for Quake. Fuck that. Fuck Quake, honestly. That's where I draw the line. Okay. That was not good, but I did get the banana bunch, which was really my goal there. Yeah, actually, this is a complete win. Here's drum. Normally I get the banana bunches on drum in Super Monkey Ball 1. It's like part of my banana collecting strategy. But you kind of can't here. Because the timing's different in Deluxe. And that's really screwing me up, actually. Yeah, this is a lot. Shout out to Bytes Percussive Instruments. That's a good level. It's got a good name, more than anything. Okay, we're down to 71 lives. I'm disappointed about that, let's say. I was hoping to do good. Not have this many deaths, but I mean, you know, we're an expert now. This is to be expected. We're in the second half of expert even. So I think we're going to be fine. Like, I don't mind the deaths so much as I am just worried about not making it all the way. But I think it's going to be okay. I am reasonably confident. I'm like, you know, on a scale of confidence, I'm reasonably confident. Here's Quake. The one I said I didn't like because it's, I don't know. I just don't like it very much. What do you want me to tell you? It has waiting in it. Like, no matter what you do, you have to wait at least a little bit. I don't like that. I don't like that. Upsets me. Here's Cassiopeia. It's named after a constellation, I guess. Or after a Greek mythological figure. Probably the constellation. Oh, we're at 79. So we're at 70 lives, which lists as 69. So, lol, 69. Yeah. Here's pirates. It's like pirate ship ride, I guess. I never understood that as a kid, and I thought it was like supposed to be like swords or some shit. I don't know. Anyways, here's ball open. It's sort of like ball, but the ball's open now, and it's harder to jump straight to the goal. You have to like go on the rim because the ramp's a little further away or something. Anyways, here's fighters. This bonus sucks. And it's very difficult to get any bananas at all in it, so we're just gonna go straight into the goal. I don't even know why I went to the goal. I could have just dropped off the side, honestly. But I chose not to. Here's soft cream. It's a lot like twist and spin, but less cheesable. And it's got a switchboard to do what you like with it. But that usually just involves pressing the play switch on most such levels for me. Hey, 71 lives, level 71. What is this? Some kind of 71? That's the joke. That's the whole thing. That's all you're getting. If you're hoping to get more, you come to the wrong place. That's momentum. I consider that one very hard, actually, but thankfully I did it. Without any hang-ups. Here's Entangled Path. I have a good strategy for getting the warp on this stage now, but I'm not going to take it because Totters is easy and it has bananas, and I'm still not really that confident in my strategy, even though it did work the time I did it. I thought the warp on here was kind of just blind luck. You just gotta like bounce over to the left and see what happens. But no, it actually does line up with the Entangled Path. And that's nice. Anyways, let's get into position here as the path becomes untangled. Unentangled. It's the level. Entangled Path is pretty cool. The Toothy made it better by removing the waiting aspect for the large part. That was good of him. He makes good shit. Shout out to Toothy7564. He makes very high quality content in Monkey Ball. He made this too, in part. He was in large part responsible for getting this project restarted after it had laid dormant for a while. Anyways, here's Vortex. At least that's as I understand it. Please tell me if I was wrong about that. I do not want to misreport anything. Yeah, anyways, here comes Vortex. Once it slows down, it's going to come back in this direction. I'm going to get on. Going to cross through the center, which is not necessary. But it's something I like to do anyways, for the fans. If you understand. You gotta place the fans. And, yeah, and then you get up to the warp platform, and it's got this banana bunch on it, and you're like, hey, I got the banana bunch. I did it. And then you go on to trampolines. An easy level, a frankly easy level. Level's difficulty is low. I had 69 bananas up until a moment ago. Lol, 69. You can't have 69 of anything these days without somebody pointing it out. Of course, I'm not one to miss out on trends. Here's swing shaft. You don't actually have to follow the swinging of the shaft. You can kind of just go across it once, then you're off. And you're all G. You're all good. They're at the goal now. Tell your friends. Here's serial jump. I'm not going to bother with the warp here. Though that is interesting that there's a red warp on this stage, because it means that that other one is now skippable. It means the checker is skippable. Because that's 81, I believe. That's a Super Monkey Ball 1 stage. I think that might make it like... Yeah, it's basically a new Super Monkey Ball 1 stage that's skippable that wasn't before. And yeah, are we actually going to get in that warp? Nope. Okay, yeah, I'm dying on serial jump more than I ought to be. Because this is not a very hard stage. Especially with blue goal. But there we go. Yeah, you can skip checker though, with the red warp on here. That's pretty interesting. Because previously there were very few warps in Expert Monkey Ball 1. I mean, there still are, because checker is one of those stages that does have warps. So if you skip it, you're skipping those warps. So I guess it balances out in the end. Yeah. So, you know, here's Shelter. This is by far the most lucrative bonus added in Monkey Ball Deluxe. It's kind of wild how lucrative it is, actually. It's got like 80 plus bananas on it, like 84 bananas, I think, if I'm counting correctly. And you can get all of them, though it's pretty tough. You can at least get all the bunches, as I'm about to do. Yep. So this is a pretty well-designed bonus, I think. Yeah, very nearly got them all. Only one regular banana missing, so that's great. Here's Checker. Yeah, we're going to be getting the red warp on this one for sure, because I find that pretty easy. I don't find the skip easy in Deluxe, because the physics are different than Monkey Ball 1, but it's still possible. Pretty much any skip that was possible in Monkey Ball 1 is still possible here, but it might be easier or harder. Mixer. This stage was made a lot easier in Deluxe, which people have mixed feelings on. I personally think it was a better stage in Super Monkey Ball 1, but it was also pretty unintuitive, and I get why people don't like it. It used to be a lot harder to gain speed while balancing between the two thingies, compared to how it is now. Okay, we're back up to 71 lives. That's pretty great. I do like that. And we're already on stage 85. Out of 100 in Expert. So that's pretty fantastic. And now we're going on to 87 by skipping the stairs. Instead going on to Clover. These storm stages have they have like Greek lettering on them. Because it's like spooky or something. I really want to know what the deal with the statues in the storm background are. Like, I want to know what the story is behind those. Like, who designed them, and what were they designed after, and what was the goal of them? I really wonder if they were used in, like, if they're, like, from some, like, Scratch Sega project or something, or, like, maybe Amusement Vision specifically. Because, like, they have, like, such detailed designs and stuff, and they're, like, really distinctive. You got, like, the fucking pumpkin man and, like, the skeleton with a sword and stuff, and, like, the big fat guy. I don't know. And there's, like, some kind of robot also, I think. And it's just, like, of course, the guy with the ball. You can't discount the guy with the ball. Like, what were they thinking with this? I really have to wonder. It's an interesting design, to be sure. It's memorable as hell. But I don't know what they were, like, what the idea was. That's what I want to know. Anyways, here's Mobius. It's basically a Mobius strip, and you got to keep going at a constant speed or else you fall off. It should be possible to get all the bananas on here, though I've never done it myself. And usually I just fall off during the stage, because it's actually pretty hard to stay on here, especially when you get to, like, the part where it crosses over and loops. Because, yeah, you do have to be going at a really constant speed, and, like, the camera fucks with you on this one. And yeah, here we are at the part where it turns over. You gotta stay, like, right on the top here, going at a constant speed. But, okay. Yep, I did die. As predicted. It's unfortunate. But it's also whatever. Here's cross floors. Yeah. Cross floors. You cross some floors in this one. Here's spinning saw. A pretty easy level, honestly. Probably could do to be earlier in the game. That's a Super Monkey Ball 2 thing, though. That's a Super Monkey Ball 2 problem. It's not something I would blame Deluxe on particularly, though Deluxe does have a lot of stage order problems I will maintain. Here's chipped pipes. Switch Asterisk and Spatio Temporal, by the way. That's my hot take. Because Asterisk is super easy, but it's still, like, kind of climactic in a way. Like, I understand why they made it the last stage of Expert. But it belongs in Advanced more, if anything. It would take away Spatio Temporal, but it would put it in Expert. And then you got, like, a really cool ending for Expert. So, you know, everyone's a winner in that case, I feel. That's my hot take. It's hot takes, Julius Pseudo. Anyways, here's Guillotine. I like this one a lot. I died, though. But yeah, I like this stage. I like the design of it. It's a lot of fun. It really looks more like some kind of propeller, more than a guillotine. Like, this does not really resemble the device used to kill nobles during the French Revolution, most famously. But, you know, it's fun. Oh, I got hit by the guillotine. That's fun. Here's Corkscrew. I suppose it does cut the monkey's head off in a sense, so I understand, like, what the idea is behind calling it that. But it still doesn't really look like a guillotine. Anyways, I don't know if I've ever died on that stage, this stage that way before. That's unfortunate. But hopefully we won't be dying too many times on Corkscrew. I remember my first Expert playthrough here. It went very poorly on this stage. I did very poorly here. Hopefully that won't be repeated. And it wasn't. So that's great. Here's Orbiters, another easy stage near the end of Expert. These games really like doing that, putting really easy stages near the end of Expert. But I guess that's fair. Like, having breather levels is valid. I just don't know if it's intentional. If it's intentional, I can respect it. If it's not, I don't. Here's Twin Basin. It's got 2 basins. You can count them yourself if you don't believe me. Here's Air Hockey, a route timing stage that I'm not a fan of at all. But we have to play it. This was originally the last stage of Expert in Super Monkey Ball 2. Now that we have missed the goal in the first go-around, probably not going to get it at all. That's one of the problems. That's kind of the main problem I have with this stage. That if you don't get it right at the start, you're kind of fucked. Because it's really not really that viable to just chase this thing around. Like, because, like, who can pay attention to the trajectory of this shit, or much less the exact times if anything happens. And then, yeah, sometimes you just get hit. You know, you just get hit by it into there. But the best way to do this is to end up in there. Didn't quite get it, though. See, that's the problem with stages like these, like this and Train Worm and so on. Okay, yeah, you see, if you don't get it right at the start, you probably just die when you try. So, like, it's like what? Like, not a fan of this one. Not a fan of these attempts. And the worst part is that I don't really feel like these are my fault. Like, you know, I don't want to blame it on the game, but, like, when it's a stage like this, like, what the fuck are you going to do? Except that. That's what you do. That's how you win. Here's Asterisk. You're supposed to go up the staircases and shit to build up speed, but you don't actually need to. Which is pretty funny, honestly. It's pretty funny that they made this, like, the big climactic stage and final stage of Expert, and then, like, just made it, like, absurdly easy. Like, it was supposed to feel like something that would starve you for time or something, hypothetically, I guess. But, like, you don't even need to do that shit at all. You can just do it without the staircases, like, easily. It's, like, not even that big a challenge. We're just going on Expert Extra now. For some reason, this starts with, like, the Expert Extra, like, the Monkey Ball 2 stages instead of the Monkey Ball 1 stages, like, every other extra difficulty. Or, like, the other two, anyways. But, yeah, I mean, I don't mind that because it means you start out with cool wormhole shit. And y'all know how fucking down I am for cool wormhole shit, which we will unfortunately probably be skipping Conical Slider because it's a hard level. And I'm going to try to minimize risk here. But y'all know how down I am for cool wormhole shit. Y'all fucking know it. Y'all fucking know it. You don't even know it. Or you do. I don't know. Make that decision for yourself. This stage has collision issues in the way I was discussing earlier. That is the big flaw of it. That has this exact same kind of collision issues, where sometimes you just don't hit the little lip thing, which can cause you to gain less or more speed than you want to at the wrong times. And it's pretty much just random every time you pass over, whether you actually, like, hit it or not. But once you do, it's good shit. It's fun. It's really good. It's fantastic. Here's Strata. I don't think we're taking the warp on this one because it just skips over Square Dance. The stage I talked about earlier, that's also very easy. And whereas the warp is very hard. And I overshot there. Got overzealous. Had too much zeal. But yeah, this is Strata for you. For all my lovely viewers. This is my gift to you, Strata. Yeah, so basically this one's just a square puzzle. Like one of those ones where you gotta, like, slide the tiles and shit. It's like, you know, like Lethal Lava Land, Mario 64, it's that kind of shit. Here's Giant Swing. A level that's kind of unintuitive because you don't actually, like, ride on the swing. You just kind of bounce off of it. Okay, I guess I went too fast because I got crushed by the swing. And that's kind of a dumb element to this stage. I honestly just think it should start you... Like, it should either start you under the goal if they really are insistent on having that mechanic in, or otherwise it should start at, like, the part where you drop onto the bridge, honestly, like where you drop onto the swing. Like, this just getting to the level is too hard on this one. That's my feeling. Or it's not hard, rather. It's just tedious. And I don't like tedium in Monkey Ball. It's not waiting, per se, because you are, like, actively doing stuff, but it's, like, not anything. Like, you're just going on a path. You're just walking around a path and, like, maybe getting crushed, but, like, it's easy to avoid getting crushed if you don't just, like, you know, again, get overzealous. But, like, you shouldn't... It's also really not clear that the swing actually goes all the way to the ground, which is another problem I have with it. It's a whole thing. Okay. Yeah, on 5 drums, that can happen sometimes. This is one of the things that can happen on five drums. This is Known occurrence. Okay. That was exciting. Whoa! That was even more exciting, but not in a fun way this time. Ah. Damn it. Okay, well, whatever. I don't mind waiting for this thing to come by. Okay, there we go. That's good. That's how you beat 5 drums. I really do like the level names that just have like the number of things there are in them. Five drums, 8 bracelets, 8 seesaws, etc. You know, I think those are the only ones, but it's still great. Anyways, yeah, we'll go for the red warp in this one. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, you see, it is actually, like, I would say the red one's a little bit more difficult because you really have to maximize your bounce to get to it. So I can understand the difficulty. But getting to, like, the super close blue one is honestly also sort of hard. In my opinion. At least. Oh, God. Okay, I missed that, so now I have to go all the way back to the start. That's another annoyance of doing the later ones. Because if you miss them, there's just more walking. You just have to do some more walking. Yeah. I don't like that this is taking me so long. I did it first try on the warp video. There we go. That was pretty sexy. I did it on with only 1 bounce, so that's fun. Yeah, here's construction. This one's a maze, but I will give it a pass as it's a cool looking maze. I usually detest mazes as much as anyone else, but this one gets a pass from me. It gets a get out of maze free card. You might say, if you were playing a game where such things were relevant. Yeah. Gosh, I sure wish I had a get out of maze free card when I was playing Chaos, am I right, folks? Ha ha ha. We like to have fun around here. Yeah. So this is construction. Attempting to construct a sentence here, but I can't think of anything to say for this level. Past what has already been said. And here's Train Worm. It's rote timing once more. My least favorite kind of level. You just gotta get in there. And if you don't, you're relatively fucked. As usual with these things. So you gotta... Oh, here comes that worm. Here comes that worm. Woo! Almost got it there, but nah. You can't stump the worm. Can't stump the goddamn worm. There we go. Fantastic. Alright. That's Train Worm. Now we're on to Super Monkey Ball 1 stages. Blur Bridge. First 2 times weren't good enough, so we're playing it a 3rd time. It's everybody's favorite stage. Also the hardest stage to port to Deluxe, by far, as I hear. I've understand it because the accordion effect is hard-coded in the original. So they had to do some kind of... Like, they had to make their own keyframes for it. The GCN port people did, and I'm very thankful to them for doing that. I believe that was BombSquad specifically who managed that. So we're all in BombSquad's debt for this amazing contribution to the Super Monkey Ball modding community that I have enjoyed immensely. Really means a lot to me that I can now play this on my Nintendo GameCube that is absolutely a real system and not the Dolphin emulator. Am I right, folks? Here's Ferris Wheel. I am now recalling that the timing is different on this version of the stage. And that I was in fact full of bounce off to the left as you do in the original. Although this is just a slow and boring strategy to do that I'm sure that there is a better option for than just riding this around until the goal gets near you. I mean, it's not the worst it could be. You still get a time bonus here on a 30-second stage, so it's like not so bad, but like, you know. It's nowhere near as fast as the regular Super Monkey Ball 1 strat. Here's Factory. Stage where you gotta do this jumpy thing. I do think that that's an intended way to get the goal here, the way I did it just now. I don't think you were necessarily supposed to drop into the thing. I think that's just like an optional challenge. Like, they recognized it was a possibility, but they didn't expect you to do it necessarily. Anyways, that's curl pipe. Stage that sometimes presents some difficulty, but did not for me in this case. Here's magic hand. Basically the most fun device you've ever seen in your life. And it's right here in Monkey Ball. And they did it quick that time, and I'm happy about that. Here's AV logo. It's a fun stage. Cool. Yeah, another logo level that's actually pretty well executed. Sanctuary. Yeah, this is a cool stage. This one's real fast. This one's a lot of fun. I'm a huge fan of this one, actually. And then they went ahead and made planets, a worse version of this stage. That'll be coming up relatively shortly, near the end of the run here, as we're approaching the end of the run. Believe it or not, that is how far we've come. So get ready, because it is coming whether you like it or not. Here's Daluma. Oh yeah, it's got no sound effects, because sound effects aren't possible to replicate, because they were again hard-coded in Super Monkey Ball 1. So they're not in Deluxe, unfortunately. Because they're hard-coded by level number or something like that. It would have been nice if the Deluxe porters had put the sound in. Not the Deluxe GCN porters, but the people who were making the original Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, to be clear. I understand that that's just not possible in modding currently. Okay, now we're going on to the master level. Well, yeah, actually that makes sense this time, because we are going on to the master level. This is the master level. Get ready for it. Centrifugal. This is centrifugal. It's basically a level that takes place in a giant centrifuge. And you better get excited, because here comes the goal. Let's get that hype train rolling. That was pretty poggers, if you ask me. Here's swing bridges. We're going to attempt the warp on this one. In fact, I think I might follow through with it, because it's about as hard as the warp as like the regular goal on cylinders, honestly. And it skips cylinders, so, you know. Okay, I went a little bit too fast there, which is not something I think I've done before. But, I mean, you know, it was obviously something that's possible. That was not fast enough. I need another bounce on the sidewalls of the starting bridge. Yeah, I'm pretty confident on lives at this point. I'm not going to need 50 lives to get through the rest of the game. We're only got like 30 stages left here. And a lot of them are not that big a problem, although the Monkey Ball 1 expert stages may pose a problem. Those are the ones I'm most worried about. Particularly Stamina Master and Bridge Master. But after that, we're good. After Bridge Master, everything's easy. Everything's smooth sailing from there on out, especially since we're not doing Helix today. Anyways. Yeah, we're going to be going for the warp on Passage as well. Because it's an easy warp and it's got a lot of bananas. Here's Intermittent, another stage with a lot of bananas. Compared to Monkey Ball 1, which had only one banana in all of Master, and the one level that did have a banana in Master was just the one that was ported from the arcade version, like the single Master level that was ported from the arcade version of Monkey Ball 1. And so, like, there were basically no bananas in Master. But here, there are a lot. So, for the Super Monkey Ball 2 stages, so it's a bit odd, honestly. But, what are you going to do? There we go. That's intermittent. You don't always have to go on the second to last thing, but it can help. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling like going that fast today, I guess. Here's Long Torus. It's a big donut. It's a long donut. Torus basically means donut. It means this loopy cylinder, like a cylinder that wraps around. So, yeah. That's what this is, if you're interested in geometry. Which I'm not particularly, but I do know that that's what a torus is. Here's spasmodic. It's like 55, 55, like 59, 55 that you gotta go. We're gonna hope this is right. Okay, well, yeah, I kind of slowed down a bit there, but it worked first try, which I'm really happy about, because spasmodic can be a dumbass stage. So I'm happy that I got it like that. That is relieving. I had sort of forgotten about it, because despite being a very annoying level, it's also not very memorable. Which, so, you know, no kudos to that one. On the other hand, this stage is very good, double twin. I like it. It's a fun stage to play, in my opinion. I do enjoy it immensely. Yeah, you know, it's kind of a cool, it's like a bit of a puzzle level, like, might not be obvious immediately how you do it, but then, you know, you got it, and then you got it, and then you got it. You understand? Understand exactly what I'm saying. Don't worry about it. Here's Clock Face. You skip the first red platform because it's got bumpers on it, and it's not worth dealing with. And then you get on the second red platform because it doesn't have bumpers, and it's worth dealing with. And then you wait here until the blue platform comes around again. And then you get up here. Oh, fuck, I fell off. Alright, now I gotta wait for the blue platform to come back around. Which is not a big problem, honestly. Though that is very annoying, actually. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can just get it on the next go. Got 50 lives to finish Master with. Don't really have to keep on the same continue for Master Extra. Though it would be nice if I did anyways. Master Extra should be pretty easy anyhow, because there are a lot of warps in it, oddly. Including some very easy warps. Including one warp that's just straight up easier than the normal goal. Like, actually just incredibly easier. But, yeah. Anyways, here's Wave Master. We're in Super Monkey Ball 1 expert stages now. Huge fan of this stage. It is a lot of fun to play, and I think I went a little bit too slow there. Actually, no, we got a good flow going. Yeah, the key to this stage is how to good flow going. You gotta get these platforms to be like zooming into one another. And it's great. And when you do, you can just kind of bounce across. Just like that. You're just, well, if you really get it perfectly, then you could just zoom across and there's no bouncing even. But that's very difficult to manage. Anyways, here is Fan Master. I'm a fan of this stage, but it's a little bit easy for Master, at least compared to all the other Monkey Ball 1 expert, like Master stages rather. This one's pretty easy. But I mean, you know, they were making new stages. It might have been a different team even making these than it was for the arcade stages. So, you know, I understand. Here's Stamina Master. This would be by far and away the hardest stage in the game, if it were not for this. Which I didn't do correctly, but I think you get the idea. In my like various tricks video that I'm planning on uploading soon, hell yeah, second try Stamina Master skip. That's fantastic. Okay, so you know, in my upcoming like various tricks video, I will definitely do Stamina Master the normal way. I think I already have a replay of it, in fact, so I can just sit on my ass and do that. If y'all don't mind. I have a pre-recorded replay from, like, when this came out. Though I may not. I certainly do for Super Monkey Ball 1, but I would do it in Deluxe, because that's kind of the idea here. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, for this stage, you're supposed to be waiting, like, on the edge for the thing to roll out, and, like as I'm doing now. Basically, you're supposed to do this, like, many times over. More frequently as you get closer to the end, but, you know, you can just also like zoom all the way from the start to the end if you get the right, like the right bounce off of the little pull thing, but I didn't, so I won't. People say that Dance Master is worse in Deluxe, but I actually think it's easier. That's just my hot take. Like, I guess I don't know like the speedrunning pattern for doing this one, on SMB1 exactly. So that might be a cause for that to be happening. It's like you can't go to the left anymore, right? Like that is a fact. But you can go to the right now. rather easily. And if, you know, I mean, I was basically at the goal there. You see the idea? Like, the thing about this level is that it just gives you no fucking leeway. Like, if you screw up for like a second, by like 1 inch, you're donezo. Or at least you're probably donezo. Because sometimes instead of killing you, it just fucking throws you into the goal or whatever. That's the fun thing about this stage. But, you know, most of the time you just die, so, you know. But sometimes you end up having stuff like this happen to you, where you almost get into the goal. I mean, and then you could see, I mean, how if that was just slightly different, then I would have ended up actually in the goal. It's a weird thing. It's definitely a weird thing. This and Dodge Master have that in common, where like it's, you know, there's a strategy to it. Like you can take a strategy to it, or you can just like rely on like kind of blind luck. Because if you get hit on either of these, sometimes like you will just win. You know. You will just somehow win, like as I almost did there. I thought I was going to somehow win, despite my best efforts to not win. I'm actually slightly worried about lives here. I forget how draining this one can be. I was not concerned enough about this stage, and Dodge Master to a much lesser extent. Dodge Master's much easier compared to this one, to be clear, but, you know, it's still, okay, yeah, I gotta wait. You know, you don't think of this stage as being one where you have to, like, you know, do any kind of waiting. But, like, you know, there is a bit of patience that needs to be involved at times. God, if I run out of lives before Master Extra here, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna lose my shit, y'all. I really don't want that. I just wanted to record a nice ultimate video for y'all. Okay, if I actually die at this point, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, okay, I mean, that was basically just doing it legitimately, though, like, except for the fact that I didn't quite get into the goal. And that again, you know, but you see what I need to do here. I see what I need to do here. More importantly, most importantly, I see what I need to do here, and with any luck, I will do it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, I'm not really that worried about Bridge Master because I have some, you know, decently reliable skips for it. Anyways, we're just going to do Roll Master normally because, yeah, not worth relying on any goofballery here. There is a skip you can do to get right to the goal at the start, but, like, not taking any chances at this point. I got 24 lives to get to the end of this. I do not plan to throw that away. Alright, that's Roll Master. This is an actual dodecahedron, for what it's worth. Not a dodecagon, but a dodecahedron. You know, this is Edge Master. It's basically the predecessor of Nintendo or Destiny. Whichever one you prefer to call it, whichever one the kids call it these days. I mean, it is Destiny in this mod, without a doubt. Okay. And that's Edge Master for you. I was trying to drop off and just get into like the goal area before it turned, but you know, it's not a big deal either way. All right, so for this one, I mean, you see there are the lines on the floor. So this one's, I mean, I say that I compare this one to Dance Master, but like, it's nowhere near as it's not nearly as much of a madhouse. Like, I mean, it's still a madhouse, without a doubt. But it's less of a madhouse. Like, inevitably, you get part of the way, and then you're just like, fuck it. And, like, you know, you might get into the goal still. Like, again, this is what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes you just get thrown into the goal. But, on a stage like this. Because, like, oh, God. Okay, that was so close. I would have really liked that, but it's all right. Okay. I got pushed in by the peg directly. I like that. I enjoy that. It's a appropriate finish. All right, here's Bridge Master. One of the hardest stages in the game. I'm also worried about Monkey Master. Like, honestly, if I, like, get to if I get to Monkey Master with very few lives left, like after this one, then I'm gonna be spooked. But anyways, yeah, you see there are a lot of skips on this one because it's so small scale. But like if you do it normally, it's just like... This is probably like... I would argue this is harder than Stamina Master if you do it normally. I'm honestly not sure if I've done this one normally, whereas I have done Stamina Master normally. I've never been super good with wires. Like, I have done most of the wild wire shit by this point, except for tracks 0.1. That's kind of the only wild wire shit I haven't done, and I like this if I haven't done this. I'm really not sure if I have or haven't. Oh god. I'm really kind of running low here, aren't I? I'm spooked. Are you? Are you spooked too? You should be. Because I might lose this run. I've come a long way. But I might lose it anyways. Despite using warps. Hey, if I couldn't do this with warps... I'm spooked for what that means for my warpless chances, honestly. Although, I'm not sure, this might let you go on to Master Extra anyways, even if you have used a continue. I'll have to see about that. I'm not sure what the mechanics of this are, but considering that it still uses the, like, you got to the extra stages screen, I suspect it would stop me there. Hopefully we won't get to that eventuality anyways. I don't want to just condemn myself to, like, not making it at this point, because I am going to at least beat Monkey Master. But I would really like to make it all the way. I would really, really like that. You know, we're just going to give it like a normal try, like just doing it the way the developers intended it. Yeah, it's important to use the map on this one, I feel, because the map is incredibly zoomed in for this stage. Because it's so small scale. So, like, using the map can be really, really useful to see where, like, the monkey ball is actually centered. Ah, oh, fuck. Okay, I got overzealous at the end. That's how it always happens. Alright, yeah, we're gonna try this one more. Not happy about that. I'm pissed. I'm pissed now. Yeah, but I'm not going to try any more skips, I don't think. I want to do this... I want to do this with no more nonsense, you know? I feel like I have done it this way before. But probably only in Monkey Ball 1, but like, you know. Yeah. Like, I have done it the official way before. The intended way. Intended is a better term than official. Okay. I did it. I'm saving a replay of that. I'm really happy about that. Okay, I better not die on Monkey Master now. Better not fucking happen. I mean, like, I'll die dying on it, sure, but running out of lives, that's unacceptable at the moment. That will not be accepted. Okay, I feel like getting up onto here is harder than it is in Super Monkey Ball 1. I think it may be an actual physics distinction in the Super Monkey Ball 2 engine. Because, like, I never remember it being this hard. It might just also be the timing differences because, like, you know... Okay, good. Oh, we're on to Master Extra. I'm so fucking happy right now, y'all. I can't even express how relieved I am. Y'all. I'm going to the Master Extra stage. Woo, can challenge the extra level now, y'all. It's Master Extra hours. Y'all ready? Are you ready? Are you prepared? Because variable width is coming whether you want it to or not. Yeah, I mean, you can't just go straight forward. That's well established on this one because you just fall off at the end. I wasn't really trying to go straight forward, but you got to do like a weird thingy where like, yeah, you yeah, you do that. Like, you gotta just, like, bounce off the edge for a split second at the end, but it's weird because I still don't really understand what's going on in that stage exactly, so, you know. It's a bit of a situation. Anyways, here's, okay. Yeah, Striker, easiest stage to master extra, though, is my point. At least I like to think of it that way. Yeah, I'm not going to take a normal goal here, because then I have to do... I forget what Master Extra 3 is, actually. But anyways, I do want to skip planets. That's kind of my main concern. Oh, Master Extra 3 is Zoo Parts. Zoo Parts is super cool, actually, but I mean, you can just watch one of my previous videos to see it if you want. But I don't want to play planets. I don't like planets at all. That was what I was mainly concerned about. Here's sliced cheese. It's kind of a dumb stage, really. Master Extra got all the shit stages in Monkey Ball 2 for some reason. Like, half of them are terrible, and the other half are not hard enough. So, you know, Striker is this, you know, it's a fine stage, I guess. It just doesn't belong in Master Extra. Yeah, okay. And then this one's just whatever. It's kind of dumb. I don't really see the point. Here's 8 seesaws. This is good. It's a good stage. It's decently hard, but also I feel like it's pretty easy for Master Extra. But, like, you know, it's a challenge. You can have that happen that just happened to me, you know? That could happen to you. That could be you. That could be you. You could just be walking down the street and that could be you. But yeah, this one's good enough. It's decent. Sure. Why not? Here's synchronized. This one is super dumb. It's another rote timing stage, and since I died, I'm dropping off the side, because I do not care. I do not care about playing the synchronized game. I care about it even less than Ice Hockey or Train Worm. And the warp is also easier than the normal goal. This is probably the worst stage in Super Monkey Ball 2, and Toothy somehow made it good. That's how much of a legend he is. Just don't forget that. Never letting that go. Never letting that go. Here's Dizzy System. System of Dizziness. You better power on your Nintendo GameCube Dizzy System. Oh. Okay. Oh, I didn't make it with a single continue all the way through Ultimate. That's unfortunate. But we got some other continues, so it's okay. Still really happy I made it that far. I'm happy about that. It's good. It makes me proud to say, honestly, just a little bit proud of myself. You know, I'm guilty of the 7th deadly sin of pride. I don't know if that's actually the 7th one. But I don't know what the list of them is, if there's an official order. But yeah, you know, it's the one that I express on a daily basis. Yeah, anyways, this one's, you know, it's kind of just, it's okay. It's not as bad as, like, the, like, serious rote timing ones. Like, you can definitely get this one reasonably after the start, like I just did, but most of the time you die. It's whatever. It's just whatever. There's Destiny. The final stage in the game. It's a dice. It was originally a GameCube and it was called Nintendo. But they changed it because they couldn't have a GameCube on the Xbox and stuff. So they made it a big old dice. It's easier because of that, and I forgot which way it rotated, so I died. I thought it was going to be a forward rotation, but it was another one to the left. Yeah, so, you know, you basically... Yeah, the transition here made it easier because, like, all the sides are as wide as each other, whereas previously some of them were really narrowed because the GameCube's not actually a cube. And then also the various contours of the GameCube were removed, making it easier. So yeah, that's Destiny. That's the last stage in the game. That means I'm done. Done with Master and Ultimate and the game. My playing skills are amazing. Well, thanks, Mimi. They're filled with happiness and stuff. They're yeah, I know they do some stuff here that might actually, like, involve stages that are not used by Ultimate, so I'm a bit spooked if, like, actually playing through the whole thing, it might cause issues. I'm not certain about that, but I might. Um, so I'm not gonna. But yeah, that was Ultimate, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Um, yeah, so I'm Julia Pseudo. Should probably mention my Twitter. It's at Julia_Pseudo. I don't promote anything interesting on there at the moment. Mostly just make random posts, but like, you know, um, check it out if you like. Follow me, give me a follow. I wouldn't mind it. And then, additionally, I make an appearance on Extra Visages. I listed the name is wrong in my last video. It's not extra. It's not Lextra Streams. That is her brand name. She's transitioning over to, but like her current Twitch channel is called Extra Visage. It's XTRAVISAGE, and you should check it out. I appear on there pretty much every time she streams, which is on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Though not this upcoming Thursday and Saturday. She's going to be streaming Tuesday, as in July 21st, but not July 23rd or 25th. But she will then resume her usual schedule, hopefully, of Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. Yeah, I make an appearance on her streams on Saturdays in particular. I play stuff like Mario Party with her and other friends. So check that out if you like. It's a fun stream, and yeah, I appear on it, so. If you like my content, you can get more of it there. And also, I'll be putting out more videos of Monkey Ball ROM hacks, mods, whatever you like to call them, in the near future. So yeah, I'm going to turn off the video now. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Have a good day.